Ladies and gentlemen, welcome back. Episode 52, Late Night Vibes. I'm your host, Sabian, but tonight I'm Dante. And guess what, ladies, gentlemen? We got the one and only.
Thank you.
He's back. He's back.
You know the vibes. Thank you. Big Chris from VA, man.
Give a round of applause, brother. Give a round of applause. All right. We needed this.
Thank you.
Okay?
Thank you.
I get tired of people in my inbox asking what happened to Chris.
Look,
Are
man,
y'all
I'm
replacing
back, man.
Chris?
I'm back, man. I'm back in full effect, man. You know, I got less hair than before.
That's facts.
You know what I'm saying? I cut my hair off, man. People ask me why I cut my hair.
He lost a bet.
I didn't lose a bet, okay? This is why I cut my hair. I have a sense of freedom now that I've never felt. Anybody who's actually known me, who's grown up with me, I've had a bald spot in my head, bro, since like 10th grade. Like, this is no cap.
I never knew that.
Yeah, I used to like grow my hair out, you know what I'm saying? And playing basketball, it's very hard to play if your hair is not right or if you're being subconscious about your hair. So, you know, in college, that was one of the things I dealt with, I struggled with. I feel the most free I've ever felt, bro, in my entire life. I know my college teammates looking right now like, bro, finally, bro. Like, I should have did this years ago, bro. No cap.
Shout out to Kevin Durant, but I ain't gonna speak on him. But
you know what I'm saying? Kevin Durant need to cut that shit. Okay, listen.
I need to cut mine. My hairline going way.
Stay with me, bro. Stay with me. You're good.
All right.
You're good, bro.
All right.
You got
Speaking
like
life
two.
to me.
You got like two.
2 more years? All right, 2 more
Like
years.
I could have did the hymns and shit and all that other shit, but you know, we gonna keep it G.
Not the hymns, bro.
We could have did the hymns. We could have did, you know what I mean? It's stuff out. You did. You know?
All right. Episode 52, ladies and gentlemen. Revenge of the Nerds. That's what I'm gonna call it today. And we've been away for a little bit. The last episode, Big Dean is in here. Pause.
Nah, keep it on there.
Big Dean is in the building. And we got special guests here. And the psycho funkadelic killer himself.
My boy Antoine, man.
Mr. Antoine.
Mr. Antoine himself, man.
Man,
God
give
did.
a round of applause, man. God did it for himself, brother. All right, so look, we're going to get right into it.
Yeah. Shout out
Micheal
to Twitter.
B.Jordan,
Shout out
man.
to Twitter. Shout out to Twitter. I want the people to follow you. I want them to be engaged with you, brother.
Sabian the GOAT on Twitter. If y'all find the time to, get on Twitter and want to tweet.
Yeah.
When I tweet this episode, retweet it. Talk about it. I know Mr. Antoine himself be on Twitter. He don't have a life. But anyhow, Micheal B.Jordan. All right. He had an interview. If y'all haven't seen Creed 3 yet, y'all need to see it. You seen it yet?
No.
90% on Rotten Tomato.
I saw it. Wonderful movie. Just saw it last night. Phenomenal movie, man, by the way. All right. Him and Johnathan Majors. Right? Johnathan Majors is like...
They're next up, man. They're next up.
I think Johnathan Majors is getting the recognition he deserves finally.
There are generations like Will Smith, Martin Lawrence.
Denzel.
I'm getting that vibe.
Right.
I'm getting that vibe. They're hot right now.
Is there anything Micheal B.Jordan can't play?
I don't see why not, man.
He was in The Wire. Y'all remember that?
Yeah.
Arguably the best series of all time.
Facts.
Yeah.
I like Oz, but that's
What?
I like Oz. Y'all don't like Oz?
No,
I thought they was laughing when I said what I said.
No,
Stop,
the Oz
stop.
comment.
Oz was
Yeah.
First of all, when the Oz came out, I'm 28 years old. When the Oz came out, I wasn't even allowed to watch it. Okay.
So you didn't watch Oz, bro?
No.
He watched Oz. You watched Oz.
It's all right. I wouldn't put it up there with The Wire.
Oz came first, then The Wire came out.
Why do you like the Oz over the Wire, bro? Stop it.
It was like we was just so fascinated with prison stories and how they move.
Speak for yourself.
Who, I'm about to say who? The
All right.
Wire.
I'm talking me and my brother. We used to watch The Wire. I mean, Oz, bro. And then we watched The Wire. And The Corner. Y'all forgot The Corner?
Yeah.
Y'all didn't watch The Corner?
The Corner was a little graphic, though.
The Corner was first before The Wire.
You can watch The Corner.
You keep
right
saying
now
what
on
was
YouTube.
first. What was better?
Exactly.
In my opinion, what was better? I'm gonna go with Oz, and then I'm gonna go with The Wire. I don't got time to do silent.
Me neither.
All right, so
this nigga.
you better text it to me. All right.
No disrespect.
So
Man.
Micheal B.Jordan, the most diverse character, the most diverse actor, I
Yeah.
think that we're gonna get right now of our time.
Yeah.
He recently did an interview with I forgot her name.
She's actually from VA. Kadeem, I know you know.
No.
She's
Not
VA?
her.
No,
Not her.
L'Oreal is not from
L'Oreal.
Dominic the
That's
Diva
the one.
is.
Dominic the Diva said that he was corny. But he confronted L'Oreal on the interview. I mean, on the red carpet. She said, we actually went to the high school together. He said, yeah, I remember you. You used to call me corny, right? Oh, man. So, how do y'all feel about that? I mean, I'm going to give y'all my 2 cents. But Chris, how you feel about that?
You know, first off, man, you know, I don't think I've ever been corny, but I could understand.
What's your definition of corny?
Definition of corny? Just somebody who's looked at as, you know, not with the times, you know. Somebody who's just goes his own path and the path is not popular. You know what I'm saying?
So you was a popular person?
Who?
You.
I like to think so.
Okay.
But
Okay.
that don't necessarily make me the guy. You know what I'm saying? I'm sure I was corny to certain people. You know, I think it's just all about perspective.
Okay.
Personally, if you think Micheal B.Jordan's corny, or you thought he was corny at the time because what, he wasn't street, you know, he had good grades, you know, he was, you know, about his business, I can understand that. But as far as
keep going.
But as far as like, you know, what if Micheal B.Jordan back at that time, what if he was gangbanging? What if he was, you know, selling drugs? I'm sure he wouldn't get the corny stamp.
In the black community, right, we value being street over growing up, the corny, the nerdy, the smart guys. Look, first of all, I'm going to put this disclaimer here. I'm not hurt what I'm about to say. I'm not hurt. Don't say who hurt him. I grew up as being from South Norfolk. Okay.
Shout out to South Norfolk.
All right.
Park Place.
I'm a very smart man. I'm an intelligent guy. All right. And my mom used to beat my ass. Okay. It wasn't that I was scared to be too much in the streets, doing something I shouldn't do at a younger age. I was just scared to get my ass beat. So I went to school and actually learned. I tried to at least. And I probably been labeled as being a corny or nerdy dude. Right? I love some Dragon Ball Z, some Gundam.
You had good grades, bro?
I had phenomenal grades until high school, like kind of up and down. But I was a pretty smart guy. I love, you know, actually pretty smart guy. I really am. All right. But what is corny? Why is corny considered to be a bad thing? Why do we treasure being rebellious over being corny? What is corny? Corny to me is like you know, you're not in, like you said. You may not dress a certain way. You may not have that certain swag to talk to a woman. But why is that a problem in the black community, Chris?
You know, I don't know, man. You know, I've experienced myself, you know, you get caught up in trying to be accepted, trying to be street, trying to be hard, and you find yourself being a follower.
Pause.
You know, you find yourself being a follower. You find yourself trying to emulate what you're listening to. You know, I think back to some of the times where I was the most disrespectful, the most disruptive. I was listening to the most vulgar trap god, Gucci man, I was listening to what I was trying to live, and you know, certain females were appealing to me, and they showed me attention because of how I portrayed myself or how I came off, you know. And I don't know, man. It's one thing about the black community, man. Like they say, if you come home from jail, you get more love than the guy coming home from college. And that's a fact.
That's a fact.
That's a fact.
Hey, look. Me being a corny dude as I am, revenge of the corny dudes, revenge of the nerds, right? Shout out to J. Cole too. Revenge of the dreamers. Look, be yourself. I've been myself my whole entire life. I didn't really care about what people said about what I do, how I react to things. I enjoy being myself, okay? And the girls that I couldn't get when I was that age. Look at them now. So the Micheal B. Jordans out there that the girls are now interviewing him, and he's a top actor. He made over 100.
Say director, hold up.
/ director. Made $100 million in the weekend with Creed 3. She's interviewing him now. You have something to say, Mr. Twan?
No.
Okay.
I do.
Please give me your feedback.
It's a vicious cycle. Even if you look back, what you gonna title this episode, Revenge of the Nerds, right? The nerds always end up being the Mark Zuckerbergs, the Jeff Bezoses. Those are the high earners that later in life they're gonna come back for. What happens is, and y'all are hitting the nail on the head, in our community, it's frowned upon to not walk the rebellious path. We said on my show, our definition of...
That was a good episode, by the way.
Thank you. Our definition of corny is fucked up because our definition of cool is fucked up.
Facts. That's a fact. It got me choking. Pause.
I just think back, man, like every person that was nerdy in high school or nerdy in college, man, they're doing well. Like these guys are working for NASA. I can think of Gabon Williams right now. He's in an internship overseas somewhere. He's considered nerdy. You know what I'm saying? Like these are guys who are excelling at life and actually doing things.
Sabian Leslie.
Come on, brother. Speak on it.
I mean, look, I am a walking testament of that. Okay? It's a lot of women that will be wanting to be with a guy that was a nerd, such as myself. I'm not the most successful dude. I'm okay.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? But I ain't make it, but I made it a little bit. You know what I mean? Like I'm getting there. But the girls that I wanted, they about 3-4 kids in, 200 extra pounds than what they were, right? And they're nowhere that on my standard that I would die to be talking to.
But in high school, they was dating the John Morants.
Yeah, facts. They were dating the John Morants. They were dating the most, the top football player.
I ain't gonna lie.
That was a heck of an alley-oop,
I kind of fit that mold,
that.
though. I ain't gonna lie. I kind of fit that mold, but not the John Morant fully. But I mean, why is it that more females are attracted to the John Morant type than the Micheal B. Jordan type?
Man, this dude been raising his hand the whole entire time. Please speak, bro.
So this is what I got to say about the whole corny thing, right? And I think I could definitely speak on that, especially from growing up. If you look at where we came from, right? We all from the early 2000 era, right? And Micheal B. Jordan's around that era too. And the person that said it was corny said that, right? The way I looked at it was like this. You have to look about what they were influenced by around that time. What was in at that time? 50 Cent, all them dudes, gangster music was in, right?
It was a culture.
It was a culture, right?
Right.
So them speaking on something like that, I understand where they're coming from. Was it right? Of course not, it wasn't right. But I understand where she's saying that because they're basing it on what was in at the time. Let's just think about it. We were the same kids that was wearing baggy jeans, wearing the long T-shirts and stuff, trying to fit in.
You had the red do-rag.
Facts. So I do definitely see that. Though I see a shift in the culture, yes. My biggest problem with this is, and I think that's with anybody, when people say something, right, you stay to what you're saying, but you can't all of a sudden try to flip and try to go at that person. And my biggest problem with that was...
You mean him?
No, I'm gonna say what he did was right.
Okay.
It has every right because
Facts.
karma is a B, and what you do comes full circle. My biggest thing was once it happened, when that person, Dominique Diva, she's from Virginia, that was getting the backlash, all of a sudden she tried to flip it and make it seem, well, he's with white women. Why does it have to be that? Just take your L. A lot of people don't know how to take their L. You said something, so stick to it. But don't try to flip it and make it seem like Micheal B. Jordan is like attacking black women.
And I'm gonna throw it back to them. So because we off camera, the white women thing is it's weird because when he was growing up, the black women didn't give him the attention. Who you think was giving him the attention?
Every other one besides black women.
Yeah, so he's more comfortable with them because he wasn't viewed as corny. In our culture, it's corny, right? But you think white kids go to school for art and all these other things, it's not corny to pursue that dream. He was walking around in school with his headshots. He's manifested this to this moment. You're on the red carpet with him for his directorial debut. You got to eat this. And then I still gave you the interview. I got Johnathan Major over here. And this moment for real is probably the biggest shit that happened in your career because now we're all talking about it.
Because the only thing I remember L'Oreal from is her when she used to be with Red Cafe.
I don't remember her at all.
Exactly. That's
Facts.
a long time ago, bro.
I don't remember her at all.
And there's no knock against her. She used to do the podcast with Joe Budden.
And now she's popular with that
well,
clip.
That's most definitely. I'm not trying to take nothing away from her. I'm not trying to take away from nothing for nobody. But the thing is, like, what you do with dark always come to light. You understand what I'm saying? You never know who's watching and what you're saying. Like me, I can go on this. I can say right now that a lot of people used to say a lot of things about me growing up. And I said something recently, I think it was on Facebook on New Year's. I was feeling myself drinking. I was like, it's funny how I come back to the city and I'm successful. At least I think I'm successful, especially for where I'm come from.
Praise are you are, brother.
And I see a lot of people want to be rappers, but these are the same dudes that's supposed to be hard. And I just clowned on that shit.
If you're 35 and still rapping, quit.
Yeah, excuse my French, you know what I'm saying? But
35 rapping?
Hey, man, you see it, man. No disrespect to my little cousin, over there, bald. I'm 32, still got a full thing of hair.
Why? Why?
Hey, man, got to. Hey, hold on, man. Shout out to everybody that's bald before 30, man.
Shout out to the baldies.
Stick together, brothers.
No, for sure. You're right.
We got to stick together, man.
But put
the camera on me, Kadeem. Stick together, bald brothers.
But you really got to
humble
humble yourself,
man.
though, bro. Like, a lot of people need to humble themselves. Like, you never know where you come from. Like I said, I can go back to school and I could look at everyone that might have never noticed, right? And you go to school to learn. That's what people forget. You go to school to learn. But everyone wants to make it a popularity contest, but not everyone that was popular then are popular now. Some people are still stuck in high school.
Who cares about being popular now, though?
Right.
No one cares about being popular now, but what you said, it goes back to what you said, though, bro. You talking about the women that you used to want were back in the day, right? Now they got about 3-4 kids, $200
pounds. Don't forget
they
that
talking
part.
about how they
Section
baby
8,
daddy.
don't forget that.
Exactly. I get it, but it has to get to a point.
Everybody ain't living like that though.
But
some guys right here on the sidewalk saying, "Do you got any spare change?" The guys
that's true. That's most definitely true, man.
You got some people, man, that's getting money, man, striving, grinding, ain't living paycheck to paycheck.
Just be humble, man. Be humble and know how to take your L. Like, don't say something about somebody and then try to flip it and try to make it a race war.
Micheal B.Jordan is the epitome of a good man, I think, man. I think we need to start realizing we have some young brothers out here that's doing the right thing. Yeah. Right? All right. I'm the epitome of a good man. Don't fool yourself now.
Did you do the Micheal B.Jordan challenge?
What was that challenge?
Is when you ask your shorty, did you know Micheal B.Jordan was voted, quote unquote, the sexiest man on live? Pause.
Let me put this on my phone.
And just to see what your shorty would say. You got a recorder. If you got a significant other, man, do the Micheal B.Jordan challenge.
Bro,
man.
who came up with that?
If your shorty says, "Oh, I know that, duh," you gotta get you a new shorty, man. If your shorty says, "Oh, I ain't know that, you the sexiest man alive, Chris,"
no, that's not
then
true.
you gonna be all right.
That's not true. You know why?
Do the Micheal B.Jordan challenge.
We're not even gonna sit here and have a whole episode about that. But let's be real, okay? That's not true. I think unrealistic expectations. Of course, there's somebody that's always gonna look better than you.
Facts.
Or your girl.
Facts.
Now you want to be honest with your girl. You never gonna tell her that some celebrity looks better than your girl, whatsoever. You're never gonna say that.
Man, you got some girls.
They got a show called, bro. I just thought about the word. That's just people being insecure with themselves.
Right.
Man, you got some girls out here get mad if you liking other girls' pictures on IG.
I thought they got rid of that feature a long time ago where they can't see what you like.
No, not if you get in your phone.
Find out what you like.
Stop it.
I mean, I'm not the most handsome man out here, so I know there's plenty of men that look better than me. Okay, they're not me,
right?
Per se.
Are you worried about it though?
I'm not whatsoever.
That's all that matters.
Micheal B.Jordan has money on top of money. And you know what? When I watched Creed last night, I was motivated to work out better. Like, I'm like, man, I need to get cut. Anyhow, let's get straight to the point. All right. Micheal B.Jordan, continue to Micheal B.Jordan. Be yourself, brother. We appreciate you like that. And I like the fact of what he did, okay? Everybody out there said that he wasn't going to make it, he was corny. Look at him now.
You know where it's acceptable to do that, though?
Yeah.
Rap music.
Yeah.
Drake told her she wanted to listen to Ludacris. Drake told her she said he'd be bigger. He would never be bigger than Trey Songz. Boy, was she wrong. That's
Facts.
okay when you say it in a rap music, but if you do it in real life to her face, then it's frowned upon. Like, you're not supposed to keep that energy. That's what makes you who the fuck you are.
He's attacking black women.
Bro, no, it's crazy.
That's a whole nother subject, brother.
Look, speaking of subject, Chris threw me an alley-oop earlier. I don't know if y'all caught that or not, but the Ja Morants. The women were dating the Ja Morants. They were more into the Ja Morants instead of the corny Sabian D. Leslies and the Micheal B.Jordans. I had to put myself above Micheal B.Jordan, by the way. But anywho, so they're saying they wanted the guy like the Ja Morants. Ja Morant recently, if y'all haven't seen the news, y'all been watching, being on his social media, ESPN, he got suspended for 2 games by the Memphis Grizzlies in the NBA. He was on Instagram. He had a time in his life at the strip club. And while he was at the strip club, he pulled up a gun. First of all, here's my first comment about that. He pulled up a gun. You making over $200 million a year, or contract, excuse me. And you're at a strip club. And when I'm at the strip club, the last strip club we went to was Onyx, right? Mr. Antoine was like,
Where you was at? Where you was at?
We was in good old Charlotte.
Oh,
Mr. Antoine didn't. He was so picky. But anyhow, with the drinks. But when I go to strip club, I don't think about having my gun on me. I think about I need more ones on me.
Kadeem be throwing hella ones.
He don't throw ones. He throw hundreds.
I threw $2 bills.
See, I think about ass. I don't think about my gun when I'm at the strip club. First of all,
Hey man, hold on, man. At the Onyx, man, if you even went to the bar, bro, and you bought a drink, it's like as soon as you turn around, it was nothing but ass in front of you.
Ass
like,
was everywhere.
Go ahead, my bad.
You good, bro? I mean, speak on the ass. Ass was everywhere. That's facts.
Shout out to Onyx, man. Charlotte, man. Damn.
So why are you doing Instagram videos pulling out your gun when you make over $200 million a year, when you're from Sumter, South Carolina, when you didn't grow up that way? You a country dude. Now, hold on. Let me speak on the country part. Okay, my family's country. Them boys about them gun life. All right, that's a fact. Shout out to Big T Terrence, man. Shout out to Terrence. But let me say that. Okay, you pulling up guns in the Instagram story at 23 years old. I guess that's cool. What is cool and what's not, Chris?
Hey, I'm gonna speak on that, man. I used to date a shorty from Sumter, South Carolina, man. First of all, they ratchet out there, bro. They ratchet out there. Okay,
She had both her parents.
He came from both parents.
Did she have both her parents? I'm talking about the girl you dated.
No.
Okay, go ahead.
But I'll say this: they're not big on gangs. They're more on sides, like North Side versus South Side. They on that type of gang.
You stole my cow. What?
I'll say this though, man. A person like Ja Morant, I mean, you gotta think you worth what, $250 million at the minimum.
Whoa. If they're paying him 200 M's just from the NBA, that means he's worth $500 million.
Nike giving him a big check.
Power Rangers gave him a big check.
His what now?
His shoes about to come out.
I thought shoes just came out.
That's why we said $250 million at the minimum is what my statement was.
That's what they paying him. That's not what he's worth. That's what I was just correcting the worth part.
Right. Minimum. Right.
That's off of one contract.
He on that Kanye West net worth shit.
So look, right. If you're worth that amount of money, right, why are you in a strip club flashing a gun after a loss, right? My biggest problem is I'm looking from an athlete perspective, right? If you look at the whole Memphis Grizzly team, the oldest person on the team is Steven Adams, right? If you look at it the day before he went out or the day of he went out, he spoke on how they need to stop going out, right? Okay. Coming from an athlete's perspective, I hate losing. Okay. They got their ass whooped that night. And then he's out at the strip club at 5 a.m. I got a problem with that. These young boys have won nothing in the NBA, okay? Nothing. And I got a problem with the generation because the James Hardens and those type of players have created this generation, okay? I'm used to watching players like Kobe. My brother Dante right here is a diehard Kobe fan. I'll
kill one of y'all for Kobe.
No how is any player on the Lakers in the strip club at 5 a.m. If he willing to go toe-to-toe with Shaq, You know he willing to go to toe-to-toe with anybody on that team to put the foot down, okay? If you look at the Memphis Grizzlies team, everybody is young. Everybody is immature, okay? You got players like the boy Brooks talking about Draymond. He need to pay homage. He is a new generation of Draymond, okay? Ooh. Let's call a spade a spade. If you look at the stats, this brother is averaging 14 points, 2 and 2 rebounds, and all he's known is for defense, really. You're not putting the boy Brooks on your team for no offensive output.
So he ain't nothing but a new Tony Allen, pretty much.
Basically. Let's call a spade a spade.
Not a Draymond.
But let me get back on it, right? Ja Morant, he need to tighten up. Every time I look up, his pops at the game drunk, okay? I don't know what's up with that.
Bad influence.
I don't know what's up with that. They saying his father being a homie rather than a father. I ain't in the home. I don't know. But I'm saying from the outside looking in, it ain't looking good, man. It's a terrible look. And only in the black community will you have a player like that. The young Peyton Manning won't doing that. The young Aaron Rodgers, you can say what you want, he won't doing that. Andrew Luck, the young Andrew Luck won't doing that.
Okay.
You can look at the quarterback from the Jaguars. He ain't doing that.
Which quarterback? You talking about Trevor Lawrence?
Yes.
Okay.
But at the same time,
I'm just saying you don't see nothing like that in other communities.
Go ahead. Go ahead with yours, and then I'm gonna dig in.
What I'm gonna say about that is, Chris, is two things. One, you ain't nothing but white people. That's one.
Okay, that's one.
That's what I was saying. In our community, that's all you see is when we get the money.
No, I'm gonna shoot you some big.
We
brought up the Lakers.
We messing up the bag.
I'm gonna give up something about the Lakers, though.
And then another thing, the question I have for all of y'all: do y'all know that Ja Morant has a YouTube channel? Do y'all watch that?
No, I do not.
Please educate us. Please educate.
Yeah, so Ja Morant, he shows his everyday life on what he's doing. But I'm just gonna say that. Then you can say what you gotta say. Then I'll say what I gotta say about it.
So to break down with some of the things that was going on in my head when Chris was just talking. Okay. A 23-year-old guy that's worth over his contract currently $250 million. The Nike contract, he probably bringing in about $500 million. That's what I'm gonna guess, right? What he's worth right now, maybe more, probably close to $1 billion. All right, the young brother, first of all, needs a better PR team. Okay, because let's be real. I'm gonna be real with y'all. Me and the rest of the bros that I grew up with, we done some reckless shit. Excuse me. Some reckless stuff at 23 years old. We didn't record it.
Right.
That's the difference between me. And we didn't have that kind of money either. So money's going to make you change. All right. Number two, the Lakers, Magic Johnson, and all the cats that Magic Johnson was that dude that when the game was over, win, lose, or draw, whatever the case was for them, they had a brothel. Like, they had girls all over at the club.
How many rings do Magic Johnson have?
Magic Johnson had 5, but this was his rookie year. He was still that guy.
Magic Johnson won a ring his rookie year.
He was still a rookie.
He played center.
Regardless of the fact. Hold on, let me get into the fact.
He was final MVP his rookie year.
And they were older. These guys in college are one and done. So when they get to the league, they're 19,
That's
20
true.
years old. That's a big
difference. That's true. But when he won his first ring, how old was Magic Johnson?
He was
about to be 24, 25.
No, he had to be at least 21.
No, he spent, 2 years, 3 years
Someone
at
Google
Michigan
that
State?
for me.
I got you.
He spent, 2-3 years at Michigan State. Back then they played college because he beat Bird in the finals, right? Okay, he went to college. Bird went back to college that year.
He was 20 years old.
When he won it?
When he won his first ring, he was 20 years old. Magic Johnson had a brothel. He was that dude in L.A.
That's even worse.
Correction, Dante was right. He was 20 when he won his first championship.
That's even worse.
What I'm saying, at 20 years old, I'm not saying what Ja Morant did was right, but I'm saying he didn't have cameras. Now think about it now. The news is coming out. There was a series that came out last year on HBO talking about what Magic Johnson and the rest of them cats did in the NBA and how it was trifling, it was disgusting, that he had a big brothel. He would go into the club and girls would just throw themselves at Magic Johnson.
We talking about having fun with girls. This man, Ja Morant, is flashing a gun, portraying like a street image. Is any of those stars doing that today?
We don't know that. Rodman was living a certain life. Rodman was living the wild life. I've
never heard Rodman do anything to the street level like Ja Morant.
That has a lot to do with culture, brother. That's the culture on what we in right now. Right now, YB's better. That's what they listen to.
That's true.
And that's what's being glorified. It's kind of like gangster music's coming back in a way, so they want to live.
So they didn't have gangster music back then.
No, not in the 80s.
Cameras
they
like
had
that,
like
no.
Don't
Hip hop was just not coming out, bro.
So the NWA
songs
era,
like White Lines.
Who was in the league during the NWA era?
You had Jordan. You had your Charles Barkley guy.
Yeah, you talking about people that
did you ever hear?
You had your Bad Boys in the Dennis Detroit.
Did you ever see anything like that until what? The Gilbert Arena era and stuff like that.
Okay, I got one better for you then, Chris. When you see Michael Jordan and Magic Johnson be throwing these parties, you ever see NWA performing, or you see some R&B singer performing? Because that's what they were listening to.
Correct.
Facts.
Jordan is documented saying he didn't really fuck with that rap shit.
That's what I'm saying. So it's all based on culture and what you're listening to at the time.
Allen Iverson was a prime example of what John Morant was. He didn't have the guns and camera. We don't know what he did. But John Morant, he reminds me of the Allen Iversons and the Paul Pierce. They had their own life. They were, and Allen Iverson's from Hampton, Virginia.
I just think John Morant taking it a step level, man. I mean, his circle. If you look at the details, it's not just the one incident. He got like 2 or 3 incidents, bro,
of him fighting and being a certain way.
He has a good proxy for Allen Iverson. At the top of our show, I played 40 Bars by Jules to start my podcast on.
A lot of people didn't know that Allen Iverson was like that. Rapping wise,
they knew. The NBA changed their image behind Iverson being on that thug shit.
Right. So I think John Morant needs a better team around him. First of all, money, secure the bag. Why are you showing a gun?
Please.
In Instagram, Facebook, you got security for that. Don't be that guy. Now I'm not saying he is or he isn't like that. He's from Sumter County, South Carolina. Maybe he is like that. I don't know.
Hey, man, what they
maybe
say?
You are like
it's
that.
Gangsters everywhere.
I carry a gun, but I'm from South, no, but I ain't the hoodest dude out here. I carry it for protection.
I really got a question. I'm gonna play devil's advocate. What was really wrong with him showing a gun?
Here's my thing. I'm glad you said that, brother.
Yeah, go ahead.
I'm gonna get my spill, and then Big Chris from VA gonna give his spill.
Follow me on Twitter.
You are the kids look up to you. Mm-hmm. One. All right. The strip club thing, you ain't got to show that, bro. We all know you're a grown man. You ain't got to show the strip club thing. I think that's wrong too, to be on Instagram at the strip club when you got little 9-year-old Sabian is looking up to the best basketball player. Possibly, I said possibly. Okay, I'm a LeBron fan right now because he played for the Lakers. But one of the best basketball players in the league, present yourself as such. So that little kid from the hood, unfortunately, I gotta say that because that little kid from the hood, that little Dante, that little Antoine or Chris or Kadeem in the hood right now wants to play basketball and he wants to make it. Why are you showing your guns on Instagram? So what signal are you showing when you're worth over $200 million? When your contract's worth over $200 million, what signal are you showing to people by saying I can have guns and I can be reckless and I can bring an energy and a lifestyle that I don't need, but instead I'm inviting you to come get? So it's just like any other, and rappers do it all the time. They flash their money, they flash their guns, and what they wind up doing? They wind up dying.
Facts.
What is John Morant doing? Why? Why do you need to show yourself that you're this big tough guy? You're worth, God, your contract is worth over $200 million. What are you doing? Why are you so concerned about being a hard thug instead of being this basketball player?
So what if he is a hard thug? What if he's come from that culture?
Then do it.
What if every one of his friends are just about that life and that's where he just come from?
Do it without the cameras.
I was about to say, it's weird because in black culture, it's thugging. But whites, they're gangsters. And what do gangsters do? They do everything they can to hide the money.
Without the camera.
To hide the
mafia.
The shady stuff, to hide the killings, to hide the guns. They be in their community showing, we giving out turkeys, we feeding the children, we doing blah, blah, blah. But then you might get murked if you do something wrong on the side. But at the end of the day, you're going to catch me at church chilling in the front row.
Show me an Italian Godfather.
And that matter
in the cameras with guns.
Frank Lucas. Let's not even keep it white. Frank Lucas. That's not what the image he wanted to show, but they knew who he was. You don't have to do all that. My fault. Continue.
But it goes back. Even if you bring up Frank Lucas, I always go back to this, man. It's all about showing who you are, being flashy, and that's just what we do in our culture. It's showing who you are. Frank Lucas got caught because he wanted to wear that chinchilla and that jacket I mean,
Shorty wanted to wear that.
You know what I'm saying? Well, you know what I'm saying?
Being flashy.
Being flashy. So that even goes with the whole John Morant situation. It's, showing like, hey, what he's being influenced by. I don't know if he was drunk. I don't know if he was smoking weed. I don't know that. Even I'm not saying that's an excuse or anything like that. But sometimes you are a product of your environment and who you hang around with. You start picking up on that. That's why sometimes it's good if you need to start hanging with other people sometimes to level yourself.
We flashy, right, though? We ain't never had shit.
Exactly.
If we had the money growing up, we know how to handle with the money. But as soon as we get the money, it's like, bro, we
gotta let you know we got it.
Man.
That's
You don't
just where
know
it come
5
from.
people right now that got John Morant money that's black.
I'm gonna ask you a question right now. I'm gonna keep it real. Ask every single one of y'all, because y'all getting it. Y'all gonna be wearing an Izod shirt?
A what?
Izod.
I'm gonna wear a bummy T-shirt.
Okay, I'll be one better so y'all know what Izod is.
I know what Izod is. It's like Polo or Nautica or whatever.
You gonna be caught wearing that, Kadeem?
I'm wearing my own brand.
Wearing what?
But I'm saying, well, you gonna be caught wearing an Izod shirt going to the club?
If that's what I was into.
Okay, not everyone's thinking that like that.
I got this from H&M.
But not everyone's thinking like that.
Oh.
That's what I'm trying to get to. You go to the rap culture, since everything, when you look at NBA, you look at black people, you look at that, it's hip hop. So what I'm saying is, if you look at that, right, it's all about showing what you got on. I got the new
Nice.
I got the new that.
The
You
new
gotta
chain,
see me in.
the new grills.
You know what I'm saying? I might be 6'7".
Shout out to
I might not
Essential
be able to fit in a Lamborghini, but you gonna see me in that mug. You know what I'm saying?
No, cars are different. All right, cars and houses, because that's different. You flex, do what you do.
Do what you want. Yeah.
Show them what the hard work got you, but don't show nothing like a gun. All right.
Well, that's why I'm
even though the culture is influenced over it. 1 second. Even though the culture is influenced over it, you got to control yourself. Your PR team should say, "Hey, big dog, look, you worth over $1 billion right now. You don't need to be showing no gun."
He shouldn't even have his phone.
But that's what I'm getting to.
He shouldn't even be running his phone.
So what happens?
At all.
Okay, and like I said, that's why it goes back to what I'm saying, playing devil's advocate. So what happens if you have an NBA player that loves showing guns?
Go to the range.
Go to the range.
Go outside and be John Wick.
That's all I was asking.
Cool. Yeah, no.
That's all
we see Keanu Reeves out there showing us all the time. He really about that action.
Because when you exercising your right as an American citizen to go to the range and shoot your 9mm, I think that little thing that he had was a 25. I don't know
380 or something.
Yeah, it was something small.
Man. I just
but when you go, when you go to the range and you showing them that you're deadly with it, nobody's going to question it, because I go to the range, he go to the range, you go to the range. Sometimes he go to the range, right? It's normal. But showing a gun on an Instagram or Facebook post when you're worth over $1 billion,
to me, that's corny.
we don't know if that's a legal gun or not. We don't know. Bro, you don't got to do that no more.
To me, that was corny, man.
That was absolutely
to me,
corny.
That was corny. That's what
You're trying to be somebody you're not.
Nah, I get that, man. All I'm saying is I don't feel like he should be getting all the backlash that he get, man, because I still think about when Tiger Woods was sleeping with like 18 women, and then Nike did a commercial,
Man.
be like, forgive me.
Every
Hold
pro
on.
athlete,
bro.
Every 98% of pro athletes are gonna sleep with a bunch of women. That's a fact.
Yeah, but I'm saying we all mess up
that
though,
high,
bro.
brother? 98%?
I'm sorry, 99%.
Come on, brother.
It must not be that bad because Nike didn't drop them. That's all I'm gonna say.
Nike doesn't drop you for not being.
Nike drops you for dropping a link. Dropping a link without saying anything, Nike drops
Well, it
you.
depends on who the link is
I was
about.
about to say, it depends on
I really think they dropped Kyrie,
Facts.
bro. I ain't trying to get off subject. I think the reason why they dropped Kyrie is because his contract was about to expire, and then the shoe that came out beforehand, he said it was ugly, and it was
Their shoes are bummy. What's the last Nike shoe that you thought,
Bro,
oh my God,
I
it
ain't
look
gonna
good?
lie, though. I
Kyrie
ain't
shoes
gonna lie.
sell.
Kyrie's
Kyrie
about to
go
say
off the
that
roof, though.
Kyrie was the most selling shoe.
I was about to say, it's a comfortable hooping shoe, bro.
It's the number one
Cap,
selling
bro.
shoe from Nike
Yeah,
basketball.
I was about to say, bro, that's
What
a
was the
comfortable shoe,
hottest
bro.
Nike shoe you seen in the last 5 years?
Nike
don't make
basketball
nothing.
is dead, bro. It's been dead for a long time.
All they sell is Jordans.
Kobe's
And-
was the
and
last
Off-Whites.
great shoe.
Yeah, I'm about to
Oh
say.
yeah, and
You-
Kobe's. My fault. No disrespect.
Kobe was the last great
But I
Nike
ain't gonna
shoe.
lie,
I
though.
don't know, bro. Them PGs ain't that bad either.
I ain't gonna lie, though. If you a hooper though,
Mr.
you know,
Exhibition himself?
You're not a hooper, bro.
if
You're not a hooper.
you're-
So you want
if
to
you
know.
a hooper though, no disrespect. If you looked at AD
I'm a
when he had
football
them
player.
Kobe's on, you really can't hoop in them Kobe's like that.
No, facts.
Too heavy, bro.
I was in the Middle East winning
If you
championships.
do, you
fam.
gotta tape them ankles, bro. I love them Kobe's, bro. I think they like
Pause.
a walking shoe. No cap.
Look, long story short.
Do you forgive him is a real question. Do you forgive John Morant?
Do I forgive him?
Can he recover from this?
Of course.
Absolutely. The young brother shoes gonna come out. I'm gonna buy a pair. One. Number two.
He get a good PR person, man. He gonna be.
He gonna be phenomenal.
He gonna be all right. Man.
Paul Pierce was worse, but Paul Pierce didn't have the cameras. He didn't have social media. Paul Pierce was in that life. Paul Pierce got stabbed.
Yeah.
Man,
Paul Pierce was carrying. He was.
I think that's a little different though.
Gilbert, no, it's not because you got basketball players, ball players. Some ball players like Jalen Rose is from the mud.
Paul Pierce got on a stand and testified against the people.
I ain't worried about who he's snitching against.
Bro, I don't know about that. I feel like you made that up.
I'm saying,
it up.
If you from the mud, you're from the mud. I'm not glorifying you being from the mud, but if that's who you are and you carry that same way and you're trying to get out of the light that you was in, all right. Paul Pierce is actually one of the best small forwards that ever played the game. True or false? One of the best.
I'm kind of torn.
He didn't get a Kobe tour, a farewell tour.
Larry Bird or Paul Pierce?
Larry Bird.
So he's not number 4.
I said one of the best.
All right.
One of the best.
I'm about to say he dropped
one of the best.
If he's in the Hall of Fame, he's one of the best.
He's one of the best.
Man, the NBA Hall of Fame is watered down.
Okay, so
don't get me started.
Okay, I'll make it better. As much as Boston is so strict and not even want to pay their players, if he make the Boston, if they retire his jersey, he one of the best.
Bro.
Right.
Bro.
That's Boston, bro.
When you think about the Celtics greats, do you not think of Paul Pierce?
Is Paul Pierce one of the top 20 players to play in the NBA?
No.
So what are we talking about, man? Let's go to the next subject.
But that's the judgment, though.
Talking about
what are we talking about? Right. Paul Pierce.
All right, I'm just saying. Players like Paul Pierce, Michael Vick had a background.
You was better off saying John Wall, be honest with you, not Paul Pierce.
John Wall had a background. Paul Pierce had the same background, though.
Because he really be on that blood.
Y'all getting worse.
No, you're not listening to me. What I'm saying, that would be a good comparison because
even though John Wall got one of the best
that's all I'm saying.
High school mixtapes, hoop mixtapes.
I'm just saying, man.
Bro.
Basketball players or football players are into that. Like the Aaron Hernandez kind of guys.
We are going.
Hold on. The Aaron Hernandez guys.
Did you watch that documentary?
Yes.
Y'all are off subject.
I'm just saying. John Morant will recover, and he's not as worse as some of the guys that we named. Man, I'm just saying.
Speaking of recovery, let's talk about Chris Rock, man. Can that young or old brother, legendary Chris Rock? I mean, growing up, your parents probably loved Chris Rock. Can he recover for what happened with that fiasco?
Recover from what?
Brother, he got slapped on camera.
What is he recovering from?
I just think that's a stain. I mean, if you're growing up right now in this culture, you're young, you're 15, 16, 17, you're going to know Chris Rock is being slapped by Will Smith on stage and not doing nothing.
Does that not make his career bigger than what it is? Chris Rock is already a legend.
I'm not debating that. I'm just saying, is this a stain on his record for being slapped by Will Smith?
No, absolutely not. And you know what? Did y'all watch Did y'all watch the little live comedy show that he had on Netflix?
I did. I watched it at Norfolk Live.
What he said at the end about being slapped, why he didn't retaliate.
That was corny what he said, though.
I don't know.
I respect that.
I was a little turning that.
Because again, we getting back to what is corny and what's not.
What'd he say? Tell him for the people.
He said that he ain't smack her because white people watching, because his mom told him when white people you don't do
so
that.
What's the first thing that we see? What do first thing white people say when they're upset? And they see something going on with black people fighting? What's the first thing they say? Not all white people. I'm saying the ones we see on social media. What do they call him? He's a thug.
I'm not gonna lie, and I gotta support you on that. I was thinking everything that he didn't retaliate, and it wasn't two black men fighting on a stage, on the biggest stage. So I will give you that.
I respect that.
I would.
No,
I can get you after the show.
Yeah, but you can't. To me, man, as much
he should have ducked, man. Fuck. Why he get slapped?
All I'm saying about the whole situation, I'm gonna say this, and I ain't gonna say nothing about it. The show was good. What he said,
it was phenomenal.
It was, you know what I'm saying. My biggest problem with it was to me it was kind of hypocritical, you know, because you made it seem like he did explain the story, but you can't expect Will Smith not to protect his wife. Now, a lot of people were saying stuff about him. He wanted to say the Breakfast Club and all that, but none of them said it to Will Smith's face. Chris Rock said it to his face. Like he's been going at.
I felt like he laughed at it. He looked at Jada. When Jada wasn't laughing, he reacted. In my line,
But that wasn't the first time that he said something. When Will Smith boycotted it, when he was playing that guy with the the stuff with the football. Mm-hmm. Yeah. He said he boycotted it, and then Jada Pinkett Smith said, well, you should not do this. And he said a joke about it. It is what it is. I'm cool with that.
So you defended Will Smith?
I guess you could say I am a little bit.
So you're applauding Will Smith's behavior?
No, I'm not applauding. I'm not applauding his behavior. What I'm saying is,
was he mad at Chris Rock or was he mad at somebody else?
He's mad at both. I'm looking at the situation. Like I'm saying, look at the situation. Let me say what I gotta say. Let me say what I gotta say.
You've been talking for an hour.
Go ahead.
45 minutes.
20 minutes.
So, like I said before,
I ain't gonna say nothing when I get in there, but
man, y'all made me talk. Y'all made me talk. So when I said this shit, I'm gonna say this. I'm not drunk. I'm actually not. So when he said what he said, right?
I did.
When they was at the Oscars, what did he say? He said something again. Now, did Will Smith react? He laughed at it at first, but then he saw Jada's face. You're absolutely right. Now, did he take a lot of what he was hearing and take it on Chris Rock? Yeah, but has Chris Rock said something in the past? Yeah, he defended his wife.
If it was, give me another comedian, a big comedian like
Kevin Hart.
Nah,
Kevin Hart's
Dave Chappelle.
No,
he means big, like
big physically, like big.
Mike Epps.
He named the shortest nigga off the rip, Kevin Hart.
Mike
Just
Epps.
name somebody who's with the shits. Maybe let's say like a D-Ray.
Let's go.
No, Mike Epps is solid.
Yeah, Mike Epps.
He not slapping Mike Epps.
He wouldn't walked on the stage.
He not slapping Mike
What's
Epps.
buddy name? They be talking the most stuff, man. He a big dude too.
I know who you talking about. I can't think of his name though. He was on Black Jesus.
Talking about Bruce?
Yeah.
Oh no, he talking about
He was on Black Jesus. Funny dude.
not TK Kirkland, not
He from like the
he
West
played
Coast.
Black
He funny
Jesus.
as shit.
Yeah.
I know
He
you talking
played
about.
Black
he got his own podcast. I know who y'all talking about.
Yeah, he a funny dude.
He not slapping him. He not
I was
slapping.
about to say even Aries Spears.
Yeah, but what makes
Oh, he definitely not
Ariel
slapping.
Spears is soft, bro. He getting smacked.
Earthquake. He might not try Earthquake. Earthquake might try.
But what I'm saying is, it goes back to it. It goes back to that, right? So how could Chris Rock call her a B and all this other stuff and be like, well, I ain't do it because this, that, and the third? Because that's all I'm saying. You can't be calling Jada Pinkett Smith a B and all this other stuff and then be like, I ain't smacking because white people was watching. What? It's on site.
What happened to comedians having creative license though?
Right.
To talk about whatever on stage.
You can, but you got to understand when you do that, what comes with it at the same time.
Look,
but he couldn't have waited to slap him in a different avenue.
He at the time he decided he wanted to do it then and there. You got to look at it like this. He was willing to take everything that came with it. That's all I'm saying.
God did. All right, look. So I'm saying, right? First of all, I said earlier on the podcast when we talked about the situation with Will Smith and Chris Rock, I applaud Will Smith for doing what he did, right? And I'm gonna be. It's gonna sound like I'm back and forth.
I don't think.
But at the same time, I respect Chris Rock for not retaliating the way he did. He is one of the best. When you think about the at least top 5 comedians, Chris Rock can be in that conversation.
He's definitely in that conversation.
I said he can be. Maybe not to you.
He's definitely in that conversation. He's definitely in that conversation.
I didn't say
1 second.
He's definitely in that
Maybe not to you, but Chris Rock will always
name
be
your top 5, brother. Put it out there.
my number 1. Y'all gonna judge me.
Just put the top 5 out there. No order.
Dave Chappelle.
Okay.
Who would judge that?
Dave Chappelle.
Okay.
Mike Epps.
Yeah.
Hell no.
I'm a big Mike Epps fan.
Crazy
I
as
like
hell.
Mike Epps. He might not
I'm
be
a big Mike Epps fan.
my top 5.
Hold on. That's your top 5.
Right. Go ahead,
Go
brother.
ahead, bro.
Cat Williams.
Okay.
He got a weird top 5.
Cat Williams.
I'm thinking he was going like legend.
Richard Pryor.
Yeah, like
Okay.
for you to name them other people before Richard Pryor is wild.
Because
No order.
I
It's
think
no
totally
order.
different. I have a sick mind.
And it's no order.
I have
It's
a
no
sick
order.
mind. Okay.
It's no order.
Richard Pryor.
You got one more.
And then my number 5, I'm gonna go Chris Rock.
All right, so I'm
What
gonna
about
go.
Eddie Murphy?
He didn't say Eddie Murphy.
Yeah.
Eddie Murphy was funny.
Right.
But
The lyrics alone put him in the top
I went
5,
with
bro.
Richard
He's
Pryor
talking about his
first.
generation though.
I went with Richard. Stop. Don't try me. You ball before me. But you went. Richard Pryor was the reason why Eddie Murphy could walk. Okay. Richard Pryor was the reason why the Eddie Murphys could walk. Okay. I like Eddie Murphy. I love Eddie Murphy. But I think he's a better actor than he was a comedian. That's just me. That's just me.
I got
That's just me.
I got
Okay.
Dave up there. Chris is up there. I got Paul Mooney up there.
Yeah,
What?
Paul Mooney's hilarious.
And I said, wait.
That whole story with him, Richard Pryor, I ain't messing with Paul Mooney.
I love Paul Mooney, bro. Paul Mooney is funny as hell to me, bro. That's just me though.
So the last Paul Mooney stand-up was phenomenal.
Bro, he's funny as hell.
What all the Paul Mooney stand-ups you seen? It was like, oh my God, this is crazy hilarious.
And it was kind of similar. He just talk about real life stuff, and it's just, bro, he's funny.
Paul Mooney's the reason why Richard Pryor the way he was, even with all the crazy stories.
I'm gonna put Cedric on my top 5 too. I personally love Cedric Entertainer, man. That's a funny dude to me, bro. I love Ced.
Why you look at him like that?
Cedric Entertainer funny, bro.
He's phenomenal. But y'all looked at me crazy when I gave my top 5.
He was one of the kings of comedy, bro.
Right, you forgot about Bernie Mac too.
Bernie Mac he died too early. And I think Bernie Mac can be a top. Again, it's my top 5.
I got you.
I have a dark humor.
And I gotta throw Cat Williams on that 5th one, man.
Cat Williams is a GOAT.
Bro.
I think they're all
of our
GOATs
generation, Cat Williams, bro, he like LeBron, Kobe type.
Antoine like Kevin Hart. I can't take him serious.
You know, I fought with Kevin Hart. You know what I'm saying?
He like the new Kevin Hart.
I just think the fall off from Kevin Hart was just something, you know, I just
had to get too clean. When you start getting that movie money, when you start getting that much money,
you get that commercial money.
I ain't mad at that, but you know, keep me laughing the same way. Like one thing I can say with Chris Rock or Dave Chappelle, they'll go away, but they'll come back and continue to keep you laughing and continue to raise the bar. I just feel like Kevin Hart, comedic wise, maybe I'm slacking or haven't been keeping up with him. I feel like he kind of fell off a little bit.
He's more of an actor now than he is a stand-up comedian.
He did what Eddie Murphy had the opportunity to do.
Right.
And a lot of guys don't get to do
he
what
elevated.
they did.
And Eddie Murphy did have the opportunity to do both. And he made more money doing acting in movies than he been a stand-up comedian. That's facts. So when last time you seen an Eddie Murphy stand-up comedy?
You don't need to do it.
He don't need to. Yeah. Kevin Hart don't need to do a stand-up comedy. He may do it still because it's going to be a movie and he's going to sell it. But still, he's more commercial now. I respect it, but he's just not as funny.
Y'all crazy because we're not even supposed to be talking about this. But if you're talking about people making that transition, all of the best comedians look to transition into film.
Correct.
So Chris Rock had an era where he was making a lot of movies. And he still kind of can do
his movies.
He not
really
the star that Eddie Murphy and Kevin Hart was, but that they all looked to be so funny that they ended up on TV or movies. That was what they wanted.
You say that about Dave Chappelle. He wasn't the biggest movie star, but
he was very. Now that show took him off. He was creative. Yeah. That Chris Rock only had one movie that I think that he was like the head guy with Head of State.
I think I Love My Wife. No, that's Kadeem's favorite movie.
I think I Love My Wife.
I think I Love My Wife is a good movie. Y'all don't like that movie.
I love that movie.
That's a great movie.
But I'm saying that's 2 movies. What's another movie that he played that he was like the main star?
He has a couple.
I think I Love
Down
My
to
Wife.
Earth.
We said that.
I was about to say that.
Down to Earth.
Also funny.
I think I Love My Wife was funny.
Head of State.
Head of State was funny as shit.
Phenomenal.
Yeah. And then even the one where he was acting as a funny comedian who got into movies and they was like,
y'all don't like the stuff he did with Adam Sandler?
Man, CB4, man. CB4, man.
Yeah.
But CB4, yeah. But
he was saying he wasn't the main guy.
I'm saying, was that like a movie that's, CB4 is a great classic.
You ain't laugh at CB4?
I just said it's a classic. What more I need to say?
What's the problem?
I'm saying it's a classic, but it wasn't movies like Eddie Murphy played life.
You want him to be in Bad Boys? What you want?
Stop. Okay. Now, Martin is a whole different breed of comedian.
None of y'all said Martin Lawrence, though.
I was going to say, I didn't say my top 5.
But I said my top 5. You didn't even say it.
I just said top 5. I'm just saying, if Martin Lawrence so good.
Martin Lawrence is definitely in my top 5.
Go ahead, brother.
I would have to say, no order. Dave Chappelle, Eddie Murphy, Martin Lawrence. Chris Rock is actually on the back end of my top 5, to be honest.
Yeah.
Richard Pryor, and then I would probably put Chris Rock in there.
Man, shout out to all those black brothers that we just named. There was some GOAT comedians out there, man. Can I get a hand clap for that real quick, man?
I got one thing to say. Chris is capping right now. Go ahead, hit that cap button about his top 5 because I grew up with him. Go ahead, put the cap. I'm about to put him on.
I don't even see it, man.
Well, I'm gonna let you know one person Chris didn't name that he hadn't he forget about.
Who?
Larry the Cable Guy.
I don't think he in my top 5.
Nah, Chris, you grew up with Larry the Cable Guy.
He was a funny guy.
He ain't in your top 5 no more.
Nah, he can't be in my top 5.
I'm not even going to say about Larry the Cable Guy. But look, there's a lot of comedians that I highly respect. And speaking of, man, highly respect. Lately, I think we had a conversation earlier, not lately. Highly respecting. Shout out to the ladies that go to the gym and get it in. All right, this is our last topic that we're gonna talk about.
We see you, ladies.
We shout out to the ladies that go to the gym. Okay, they're getting it in. They're getting sweaty. They're trying to look good, and they're not going to Mexico to get a damn BBL to get murdered by the cartel. They're actually in the gym. Okay.
Come on, man.
Lizzo.
Come on, man. What
or the Glorillaz?
Who man is this?
I need y'all answers, fellas.
I didn't know you was really gonna ask this.
We're gonna ask. Yeah, I have to. Okay.
Kadeem give me Lizzo vibes.
You're a damn lie.
Fellas, would you rather mess with an ugly girl or a fat girl?
Antoine, answer that.
And I mean sexually.
Answer that for us, Antoine. Don't lie.
All right, so I'm gonna answer this question. I think beauty is an eye of the beholder. I'm gonna throw that disclaimer out here.
Nigga about to write a poem.
You know what I'm saying? They over here looking at me like,
is it ugly or fat, bro?
If I had to choose between the two, I probably would have to say Lizzo.
Lizzo?
I feel like I'm gonna have more fun with Lizzo than a gorilla. That's just me.
You would.
Glorilla said
you eat pork, don't you?
She love her fries.
No, but I know I'm gonna get a good meal though.
After her man touches it.
Hey, he won't lie though. He know he gonna get a good meal.
Glorilla loves the fries. Glorilla loves the fries. Okay? Glorilla loves her fries.
You picking gorilla?
I love a Glorilla. Okay? Now I'm not putting nothing against big girls. Okay? We all done messed around with some big girls. Okay? Growing up.
Never.
Yeah, okay.
On my mama. Never.
Yeah, okay.
On my mother.
You know what? I seen an ex of yours that was kind of chunky.
She's big now. She wasn't big when I was with her.
His ex-fiance.
What's her name, bro?
His ex-fiance.
Yeah,
like you don't remember. She went to women, man. I just can't think of her name right now.
She was big when I like that. No, hold up.
She was the biggest girl that he probably dated.
He gonna edit this out.
No, let's be real, because Maurice met me when she was starting to get big. I met her in high school. Let's be very clear.
Hey,
No, let's be very... No, hold up. Because I've referenced this a million times on my show. When I met her waist was like this. She was very small.
She was comfortable with you.
She got big, and I actually told her when she was getting big that I was not as attracted to her. She told me it's some niggas that like it, and now she's where she's at.
Well, you still hitting it though?
No.
Cap.
On my mama, she wanted to get back with me.
So hold on.
No, listen. No. Before you try to cut me off, hold up. I went to DC. She's up in DC. No, real talk.
I got him.
I went up to DC. She wanted to chill. She took me out on a date, paid for the movie, paid for the food,
1 second.
put the nightie on, and I sat with her with my back to her.
We know she wanted down you. We know she wanted down you. 1 second. When she was gaining weight, brother,
I told her she was getting big.
you or was you not still having sexual relations with this female?
No.
Yes or no?
No.
All right,
bro.
All right, brother. Go ahead. My bad.
Yo,
it was his fiance.
She was never my fiance. I've never asked no bitch to marry me, nigga. That's you.
No, it was not.
Ladies, we
don't call her.
Did I ask her to be my girl?
We're not.
Gonna edit this out.
But I never asked her. I took that bitch back to the store.
Okay, so if you didn't do that, you didn't do that.
I didn't do that.
I do remember
you showing that shit on YouTube, nigga. I ain't never asked no fat
Late
bitch.
night vibes.
Man, there's nothing wrong, man.
I don't like big guys, man.
Coming to the studio.
Two things happened.
Y'all crazy.
Kadeem was either with a chick that was small and got big.
Facts.
She was big and got small.
I never been with a big
Either way.
Hey, real talk. Them days I used to be over there. She definitely did cook for us and stuff, though. She could definitely cook.
She was an official big chick if she was
she really
like
did.
that.
Not even
She had the arms jiggling, didn't she?
Y'all gonna make
say all
She
that.
had the arms jiggling, didn't she?
No,
I didn't say that. No,
even go on her. Y'all gonna make me go find some old pictures. No.
I'm gonna say this. I'm gonna
cooking them yams
for everything because I was there. I'm gonna say he's not wrong. He's not right. But she was getting a little big.
She was big or not, nigga.
She was
chunky.
She was like Esther Baxter.
Listen,
you know Esther Baxter,
when he met me, I had already been 2-3 years in with her.
Yeah.
So was you not hitting that?
So when I was with her, when she was small as fuck, because she just got out of high school, I'm a year older than her.
Brother, why you couldn't stay solid? Because she got bigger. Bro.
No. See, that's what y'all.
Now
some
you
simps.
playing politics now.
No. Yeah, don't pander, bro.
Okay, don't do that.
Real talk. I could vouch for this. He did. There was a time when they were going at it. She was gone. I ain't lying. He ain't lying about that.
As soon as she started getting big, I told her. Now, whoever's at William and Mary hitting because they soft, simpy ass niggas, I don't believe in that, bro.
For the listeners out there, he's not saying he don't respect you, big ladies.
I do not respect you, big lady. Don't speak for me,
and he can. I'm just saying that he doesn't say he doesn't respect you as a person.
I just said I don't.
Big woman need love.
He's saying
Then
that
he
he
get it
doesn't
from elsewhere.
He's
That's not
saying
me.
he's not attracted to you. He may respect you as a person, but he's not attracted to big
And
ladies.
the same
And I
way that
respect
you two are very tall, and if a woman said, I don't like no average height, 5'9", 5'10" ass
Right,
nigga,
that's your
and
preference.
I gotta take that,
Your
that's
preference.
cool. But I don't like no big Jones ever.
That's a
period.
preference.
I would never.
Okay.
I think a lot of women say.
And let's be real, since he in here trying to tell stories, when she was out, you ain't never seen a big J come around me, bro.
I'm not saying that she wrong, Kadeem. All I'm saying at the time, I was not discrediting what you're saying.
Y'all gonna make me call CJ and I don't even talk to him.
CJ the biggest liar.
Hey,
there is.
CJ, what up, man?
CJ be lying though. But all I'm gonna say this with this. I'm gonna say this. I've been there. I was with Kadeem. Kadeem, was she a little bit bigger? Yes, but did Kadeem get rid of her? He's not lying what he said. I was there for it.
Why did you just take 10 minutes?
Because I have to make sure I analyze what I'm saying before I say it.
Old president speech giving. I was a
being
chubby chaser, so ain't no shame in my game when I was younger.
Honestly, bro,
If that's your preference, that's cool.
that's your
I'm just
preference.
When
saying,
I was younger,
don't like that.
when I was younger,
I don't like that. I'm never gonna
Hey
be cool with
Dante,
that.
they be having the most fun though.
that's facts.
That's
You know
because
what
they
I'm
got to
saying?
do the most. But I'd rather be with an ugly girl who knows she got to take care of herself because maybe
I ain't doing all
her
that.
face card not getting her in the
ain't doing
game.
all
Yeah,
that.
but you know what it is about the same thing. The way y'all treat the big joints, I ain't gonna be out with neither one of them. So the ugly joint that in the dark that body is hitting, I don't gotta look at her face.
She
What
like,
you talking about?
you wanna come over tonight? You wanna have a good time? She might have a bad body. She, you wanna have a good time tonight? I ain't
Why
trying
you
to do all
get
that.
why you get an ugly girl that
'Cause
voice?
that's the
Why she
ugly
can't have
girl
a
talk.
fe-
You wanna have a
feminine-
good time tonight? Like I ain't got
So
time.
I got
for
a
it.
question then. If that's the case, then, so you telling me right now, if you had between the two, you ain't calling one of them coming up, come do the night?
Glorilla or Lizzo?
Yeah.
If I had to call one, I'm calling Glorilla. I'm not calling Lizzo.
I can't.
I wouldn't want to be around Lizzo at all.
I'm a Glorilla fan, but I like her music, but
Y'all would knock down Lizzo?
You seen what she do with that flute?
Y'all are disgusting.
exactly.
No.
I ain't gonna say what she do to food, but shout out to Glorilla, man. This is Late Night Vibes. This is
I don't
Saving the Goat
discriminate.
on Twitter. Please give your shout out on Twitter, Big Chris.
Man, I'm Big Chris from VA, man. Follow me on Twitter, IG, TikTok. Please tap into the podcast. Subscribe, like, comment. Shout out to Kadeem. Just another podcast. We appreciate the love.
Just another media company. What up? On the production side.
We out, baby,
Antoine,
man.
we appreciate the love, man. Everybody appreciate the love.
God did.
I like podcast, Daddy.